Our next episode of Star Trek The Next Generation is called Identity Crisis. It's episode number 92, and it originally aired on March 25th, 1991. It was written by Brandon Braga from a story by Timothy DeHoff and directed by Winrich Kolbe. Now, for this episode, Lieutenant Commander Susanna Lighton joins the Enterprise, and she and Geordi serve together aboard the USS Victory. Now, while on the Victory, Susanna and Geordi, along with others, including Hickman and Mendez, investigated the disappearance of a colony on a planet called Tarkanin 3. Now, 5 years later, Hickman and Mendez have disappeared also. A short time later, something begins to happen to Susanna as well. During a visit to the surface of Tarkanin 3, she becomes violent. Only LaForge's restraint and quick action get her back to the Enterprise safely. Susanna becomes preoccupied with returning to the planet, but Geordi and Picard's standing order deter her. While working with LaForge in engineering, Susanna collapses, and Geordi finds puffy blue veins on the back of her neck. Additionally, her 3 middle fingers on each hand weld together, and LaForge delivers Susanna to sickbay and returns to his search for an answer. Now, while using the holodeck to view a recording of the original investigation, LaForge transforms also. Now, because of the change, he becomes invisible both to human eyes and to the sensors of the Enterprise. Soon he manages to get down to the planet, and at the same time Dr. Crusher discovers the parasitic cause of the change in Susanna. Crusher operates and removes the infestation, and Susanna begins to return to normal and joins an away team that goes to the planet's surface and rescues LaForge. And that is the end of the episode. Now, this particular episode was, according to Michael Piller, a really tough script to solve. It was a script that was originally bought as a spec script submitted by a fan, and it was very heavy on point of view and stylistic devices that technically was going to be kind of a challenge. And originally the script had 2 non-Star Trek characters going through what Geordi and Susanna eventually went through, and they just felt, of course, having one of our characters might make it a little more personal of a story. And really, these effects really were pulled off really well, and you had scenes within scenes that was a technical challenge, and then you also have these suits that are using a state-of-the-art ultraviolet lighting system. At least at the time it was state-of-the-art. And it really looks really cool, some of these effects. I mean, as you can see in this picture, the makeup combined with the suit is really good. You cannot tell that that is LeVar Burton under there. But LeVar did get in one of these suits, and what I like about it is that this was used not really just as a cool special effect, but it was used as part of the story, because these guys cannot be seen to the naked eye unless they're under this special ultraviolet light, and then they show up. So this was really an episode for me that I didn't remember very well. I remembered the crazy suits, but I didn't remember too much of the story. And I like the LaForge episodes because there aren't as many of them as there are with some of our other characters, and it's nice to kind of dig into a little bit with LaForge's past and see how he served with other crew members besides the Enterprise. And you almost wonder if there's going to be a little romance between Geordi and Susanna. It really doesn't go that far in that direction, although you can see that they do definitely care about one another. But, yeah, I really was glad to have seen this again because it had been a while, and I really don't have many bad things to say about it. I think it's kind of underrated and kind of unknown, not really talked about by a lot of Trek fans. But now is the time to talk about it because we are reviewing this one. So comment below what you thought about this, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Thanks, guys, and I will talk to you next time.